All right, you guys, so these are my perfectly moist chocolate chip brownies. I like to make sure that I have all my ingredients together before I start my mixture. Make sure you have your flour, make sure you have your unsweet chocolate, make sure you have your semi-sweet chocolate minis. Go ahead and get that baking cocoa powder, that's very important. You want to go ahead and get 2 cups of sugar, put that to the side as well. Go ahead and get that vegetable oil, put that to the side also. Now you want to get a medium mixing bowl. You're going to drop that flour into the medium mixing bowl. You want to get your salt. We're only going to do a teaspoon of salt because we do not want these brownies to be tasting like salt. That is not cute. So once we put the salt into the flour, we just gonna mix it up, honey. We just gonna mix like so. And then once we get it all mixed up, we're just gonna take that medium mixing bowl and just put it to the side. We're gonna grab a large mixing bowl now, and we're gonna put our cocoa baking powder into the bowl. We're going to get a 1/2 cup of boiling hot water, put it in the mixing powder, and we're gonna mix it all up together like so, until it's real fine, it's real smooth, and it's real fudgy looking. We're gonna take that unsweet chocolate. It's gonna help give that flavor, that lift, honey, and it's just gonna look nice. Look at that, perfect. So now we're gonna get our vegetable oil. We're gonna dump the vegetable oil in there. It's gonna change the texture a little bit, but that's okay. That's what we want it to do. We're gonna get a 1/2 stick of melted butter. Make sure it is unsalted because again, we do not want salty ass brownies, honey. So we're gonna keep mixing and mixing and mixing. And then once we mix that up for a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and get 2 large eggs. I don't know why, but I always have problems getting the shells off the eggs. But we got that first egg in there, honey, and now I'm gonna get that second egg in there. And once we get that egg in there, it's gonna smooth out the texture and it's gonna look real pretty, and we're gonna be back to the grinds. So go ahead and mix those eggs in there. Just keep mixing, flick that wrist, honey. Yes. And if you have a mixer, of course the mixer will make it a lot easier, but I like to use my hands because it's real old school and there's more love in it. So now once we have those eggs mixed in there, we want to go ahead and get our vanilla, and we want to do a 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla. So we're going to get that first one, boop, drop it in there. Second one, boop, drop it in there. And of course, get back to mixing. So once we have the vanilla mixed in there, we want to go ahead and grab that 2 cups of sugar, and we want to pour it in there like so. And this is where your arm work is really gonna come in, because now we get that sugar in there, so we gotta mix and flip, honey. Mix and flip. So mix that sugar in there like so. Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And then once we have that sugar mixed in there, and of course turn the bowl a little bit, we wanna get our flour mixture. We wanna dump our flour in there like so. Go ahead, flour, get in there, don't be scared. And now we're gonna mix it in there. We're gonna mix and flip because we don't have a mixer. So we gotta mix and flip, turn the bowl a little bit if you need to, but make sure that the flour is dissolved as much as possible. And all you see is chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. So keep flipping, you guys. Keep mixing, it's gonna be perfect. So once we have that flour mixed in there, we want to get our chocolate chips, dump them in like so. We want to then grab our walnuts, and we're gonna mix again. Mix, 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 mix. Boo, 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 boo. Keep mixing, honey. Yes, turn that bowl, work it out. Look at that mixture, it's perfect. Those walnuts and those chocolate chips in there. Perfect, honey, perfect. So get your cake pan, mix it up just a little bit more if need to. Grab that cake pan, and you want to get some non stick spray. You want to spray that pan, honey, so the brownies do not stick to the pan and you have more brownie on the pan than in your belly. So go ahead and put that batter in there like so because it's perfect. And once that batter is in there, make sure your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. You're gonna leave it in there for 30 to 35 minutes. And then once it comes out, honey, it's gonna be perfect. You wanna let your brownies cool for at least an hour to an hour and a half. I usually do 2 hours, and look at that, honey. Perfect, that crust, moisture, delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial, and I'll see you next time.